Ebel now taps it over. And here comes another kill attempt there from HMS. South O'Brien now back to Ebel. Played in the back row by twos. And now a free ball back over to the Wolverines. This is a good volley. Ebel's going to hit one too long. And that is going to be a point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, making our score here 16-9 in set number one. I think we're getting things going now. There is a serve over, played in the back row by Nelson. Farquhar sets up Ebel, and it deflects off a couple of Hawks onto the floor, and that'll be a point for South O'Brien. 17-9 here, set number one. Once again, these teams played each other just a few days ago. That was on September 23rd, so not quite a week ago, and South O'Brien came in with the victory. Gunnarsson setting up in the middle to Wolf, and she's going to win the play at the net there. Be another point for South O'Brien. 18-9 here, set number one. Going back to serve for the Wolverines is Reese Farquhar, the sophomore. Gets it over, dug out nicely in that back row. It's going to be a free ball attempt over from the Hawks, but it's going to be a little bit short there from Eliza Twos, and that'll be a point for South O'Brien. So Wolverines a 19-9 lead here in set number one. Farquhar hits it to the back row, dug out, played by the libero, and she mishits it, and that will be another point for South O'Brien, 20-9. We did have one timeout already from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn here. Another serve from Farquhar, played by Twos, and it's going to be a free ball over from Otto. Now Gunnarsson getting things set up at the net to Ebel, and that set kind of drifted a little too close to the net, and Ebel stepped under that center line, so that will be a point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn with that violation across the midline. So 20-10 is our score. South O'Brien now with Nelson in the back row. Wolf, free ball over to the Hawks. HMS getting things set up. Now they're going to have a free ball over, played by the back row of South O'Brien. Gunnarsson just going to hit it back over. So teams struggling to get things set up here. Now set up in the middle, and that's going to work out for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn with Abby Dama, the 6'1" hitter in the middle there with the kill. And it's going to be 20-11. She's got some height there, and when she gets things set up, she does quite well. All right, that's going to be another point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. The serve not handled by South O'Brien. So back-to-back points makes the score 20-12 here in set number one. And going back to serve for the Hawks is Frankie Money. Played in the back row by Hustet. Going to Taylor Wolf for the kill attempt. Kept alive by the Hawks. They do a nice job keeping alive. Back over to South O'Brien. Gunnarsson now too far. And that's going to be, she hits it over too far over the net and killed by their Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn's Mariah Otto. All right, that's going to be 20-13 with the timeout. We'll take a quick one with them back in 1 minute on KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions.
The original Snooks Carpet Furniture. Snooks, yeah, the one that's a rapid. Snooks, visit us online at snooksworld.com.
Your store for furniture, dinette sets, bedroom sets, flooring options, including carpet and hardwood options.
The original Snooks, yep, the one that's a rapid. Snooks, sing it, well, on your way anyway. snooksworld.com.
To the South O'Brien Wolverines.
I chose the NCC CNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
All right, while you're away, another point here for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Kill attempt from Ebel of South O'Brien, denied and blocked, and a point for the Hawks. So another serve there from Frankie Money. Gunnarsson setting up Taylor Wolf, and deflected onto the floor. That'll be a point for the Wolverines. That'll make the score 21-14 in favor of South O'Brien here in set number 1. Abby Nelson with the serve, dug out by Abby Otto. Now there's a kill attempt from Dama. South O'Brien now. Free ball over to the Hawks. Hawks getting things set up in the middle. Going to Dama in the middle, and that's going to be hit out of bounds. Tried to go for the baseline, just missed it. And it'll make it 22-14 here in set number 1. South O'Brien leading with Nelson going back to serve. And I was waiting for the call there. I think the serve was out. So service error against South O'Brien. So point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And Mariah Otto with the serve. Dug out by Husted. Gunnarsson now going to Marissa Ebo. She's just going to hit it over. Now another free ball back over from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Gunnarsson setting up Ebo for the kill attempt. Dug out by Otto. Hit over back by HMS. That was Addison Sheeler. Just a little bit long, and that'll be a point for South O'Brien. Lindsay Van S checking in for the Hawks. Checks in for Mariah Otto. And Marissa Ebel will serve for the Wolverines. Ebel, good serve over, dug out in the back row. And just tapped over there by Dama. Gunnarsson now right in the middle to Edwards. She gets blocked. Right back to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Another kill attempt dug out by Farquhar. Husted now just going to tap it over, and she finds a hole there on the left side of the Hawks front row. And it's 24-15 in favor of South O'Brien. Set number 1, South O'Brien 1 point away from taking this first set. Ebo with the serve. Dug out in the back row. Dama with the kill attempt, and that's going to work as Nelson go for it, but not able to return it. So that is a point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So 24-16, and Abby Otto will serve. And that's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be the first set to South O'Brien. Wolverines going to win set number 1, 25-16. We'll have a little bit of a break here. We'll come right back for more volleyball action presented by Brentwood Roofing on KCHE Classic Hits and Fuller Digital Solutions.
AgriVision Equipment and ExactEmerge planter technology is here to help you maximize your yield and efficiency, along with a proven 8 bushel per acre yield advantage because of the pinpoint accuracy of seed depth and placement. You can cover 50 acres per hour without compromising your stand. We know the risk of planting outside the optimal planting window, so don't let the weather control your bottom line. When you partner with AgriVision Equipment, you get access to the best service and technology support in the area. And visit any one of our 15 locations today to learn more about our large selection of new and used planters. AgriVision Equipment, focused on your future.
Double F Enterprises of Polina.
Are you building a new home?
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. As members of your community, we get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we're the #1 ag insurer. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In Primgar, your Farm Bureau agent is Danielle Rader.
#1 ag insurer across our 8-state territory. 2018 SNL PNC Group Direct Written Premium.
KCHE Classic Hits 92.1. Kyle Jorgensen here. Back to more volleyball action as South O'Brien HMS, as the first set went to South O'Brien 25-16, and the first point of Set number 2 will also go to South O'Brien. And there's going to be a point for HMS, as we're trying to get some equipment issues figured out here yet, but point there to HMS. So 1-1, and going back to serve will be Eliza Tews for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Serve over, played in the back row by Neuenhouse. Gunnarsson setting up to Farquhar. Played in the back row by Otto. Going in the middle to skip off. Blocked, but stays alive. South O'Brien now with the ball. Farquhar tried to hit it over on her second hit, but mishit it, and that will be a point there for HMS. So 2-1 here, HMS leading in set number 2. And that's going to be a serve by Tews. Gunnarsson setting things up in the middle. That was to Husted. Back to HMS. Nice dig over there from Gunnarsson. Net play. That's going to be won by South O'Brien. And it's going to be 2-2 here in the early going. All right, serve from South O'Brien, Neuenhouse. Tapped over there. And that play there kept alive by South O'Brien nicely. It's going to result in a point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So it is 3-2. All right, serve dug out nicely from Nelson. South O'Brien, Taylor Wolf just going to have to hit it over. And that's going to be another point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn there, as that one went out of bounds. So 4-2 is our score here in set number 2. Another point there for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, 5-2. All right, I'll get back to, I think we got things figured out. Kylie Skipoff going to serve for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 5-2, Hawks leading. That's going to be a service error as she hit that one to the front row. And it is 5-3 now with Chloe Husted serving for South O'Brien. Set number 1 went to the Wolverines. And Husted served, played in the back row by Tews. Setting things up. They tried to go to Dama, but the hit was just too far into the net, and she wasn't able to play it over, so that'll be another point for South O'Brien here. 5-4 with Husted serving. Good serve to the back row, played by Otto. Setting up back over there to Dama. She's going to get the kill. She got a hold of that one, and that was a good kill there for HMS. It is 6-4. Checking in for the Hawks is Eva Stammer. First time I've seen her on the floor tonight, and Frankie Money will serve for the Hawks. Money with the serve, played by the back row of Husted. Ebo just going to hit it over on the free ball, back to the Hawks. Kill attempt there by HMS. South O'Brien side, right back to South O'Brien. Free ball back over to the Hawks. Had them scrambling, and that'll be a point for South O'Brien. It was just a free ball to the back corner. They got the Hawks scrambling there a little bit. So 6-5 is our score. HMS leading South O'Brien here in set number 2. And Reese Farquhar will serve for South O'Brien. Back row to Tews. And just tapped over there, and a great hit from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Found a spot in the zone there. And I believe that was Eva Stammer. So 7-5 is the score here. And a serve there from Otto. Dug out by Nelson in the back row. Gunnarsson gives away there to Husted, and that hit's going to be too long out of bounds, so that'll be another point for the Hawks. 8-5, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leading here in set number 2. Mariah Otto serving. Back row, Husted. Gunnarsson setting things up to Ebel. Dug out by Otto in the back row. Back to the Hawks, just tapped over by Stammer. Gunnarsson now going right in the middle to Taylor Wolf. And a diving attempt there from the Hawks. Frankie Money but unable to return that one. It'll be a point there for South O'Brien on the kill from Wolf. So Abby Nelson will serve for South O'Brien. 8-6 to score here, set number 2. South O'Brien trailing by 2. Hawks kill attempt, back row dugout by Nelson. That was from Bama. Marissa Ebel now back to the Hawks. Just a free ball over to Farquhar. Gunnarsson for South O'Brien. And now Edwards taps it back over for South O'Brien, back to the Hawks. Setting up in the middle to Dama. And Dama's going to get another one down for the Hawks. And it's going to be 6-9. So Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn playing better here in this set number 2 to start things off. Abby Dama, the 6'1" junior, will go back to serve for the Hawks. She serves right from the middle of the court. Played by South O'Brien. Gunnarsson going to Edwards for the kill attempt. And the Hawks not able to play that. Lindsay Van Es has that deflect out of bounds off of her. And it'll be 9-7 now there after the point from South O'Brien. So Wolverines trailing by 2. They won the first set 25-16 and trail by 2 here in set number 2 with Marissa Ebel serving for South O'Brien. And that's going to be an ace as Lindsay Van Es unable to play that one. So an ace serve for South O'Brien's Ebel, and she'll go back to serve again. 9-8. Ebel's serve is in. That's going to be another ace. They let it go in the back row. It was a close one, but lands in. And we're all tied up here, 9-9 here in set number 2. Ebel to serve again for South O'Brien. Played in the front row now. The free ball over from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn is going to be too deep, out of bounds. And so South O'Brien reels off 3 in a row, and they take the lead here 10-9 in set number 2. Marissa Ebel to serve once again for South O'Brien. Serve is over. Hawks getting things set up. They go to Dama, and she uses her, oh, excuse me, that wasn't Dama, that was Kylie Skipoff. Skipoff uses her height, 5'11", and she's lengthy to hit that one down and find a good spot there. And we're all tied up here 10-10 with Kenzie Shermer serving for the Hawks. Gunnarsson now setting up Husted. Played in the back row by Otto. And too far over, South O'Brien right there is that pass was too far over. No, they're going to call a violation against the Wolverines into the middle. So that point is going to go to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And it's 11-10 with Shermer serving. Nelson digs it out, goes to Gunnarsson. Just knocked over by Edwards. Now to the Hawks, hit a free ball back over to Nelson of South O'Brien. And Farquhar from the back row. Free ball over. Second hit tapped over by the Hawks. Here comes Gunnarsson back to Husted. She hits a tap over right along. She went straight down the line there of the net, and she's going to get a point for South O'Brien. So this set number 2 looking to be a good one. We're all tied up 11-11. Ashlyn Gunnarsson serve for South O'Brien, played by Otto in the back row. Setting things up to Skipoff. She gets blocked at the net, and it deflects out of bounds off of a Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn player, and that'll be a point for South O'Brien. So 12-11 is our score now here in set number 2. Gunnarsson, another serve for South O'Brien. Setting things up are the Hawks. They're going to have a free ball over to Nelson. Gunnarsson now goes to Husted. She's just going to tap one over. Free ball to the Hawks. Now they will go to Skipoff, and she read that beautifully. She just didn't go for the kill. She saw an opening there. No one in the South O'Brien front left row, and just tapped it over right there. Nice job from Skipoff with the point. And we're all tied up 12-12. Serve over to Husted. Gunnarsson now. Kill attempt by Edwards. Walked right back to her. Farquhar in the front row is just going to tap it over. So here comes the Hawks with the kill attempt, and that is going to be just long. That was Mariah Otto, and line judge calls it just a bit long there. That was a close one. And we got the crowd talking a little bit on that one. Not sure if the crowd agreed with that call. Brooklyn Edwards to serve for South O'Brien. Good serve, just got over the net. Free ball over from the Hawks. It's going to go out of bounds. That'll be another point for South O'Brien. And it is 14-12 in favor of the Wolverines here in set number 2. And Brooklyn Edwards will go back to serve. Serve over, played by Otto in the back row. And Skip-Off just has to hit it over on the free ball. Gunnarsson now to Farquhar. Farquhar back to Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Wolverines keeping things alive now. They're going to hit the free ball back over. Otto setting things up to Moni. Kill attempt there, blocked by South O'Brien. Right back to the Hawks to Skip-Off. Blocked again, but this time the block hit into the air. Nobody can recover and get the ball after that. That'll be a point for the Hawks. So got a pretty contested set number 2 here. 14-13. South O'Brien leading with Skip-Off serving. Nelson plays it in the back row. Gunnarsson going to Husted. Husted blocked and going to have a violation against South O'Brien. And that's going to tie things up here 14-14. I think a double hit was called. And Kylie Skip-Off to serve again. Skip-Off going to have an ace serve. Hit that one well. That thing dived and landed on the court there. Nice attempt from Nelson, but not able to get it. And I believe it should be HMS leading. And now a service error from Skip-Off, and now that should tie things back up. 15-15. Yes, now the scoreboard correct. 15-15 here in set number 2. As Husted goes back to serve for the Wolverines. Playing the back row by twos. Setting things up in the middle there to Dama. South O'Brien scrambling to get the free ball back over. Comes the Hawks. Setting things right up in the middle to Mariah Otto. And Otto's going to get the point for HMS. And the Hawks kind of getting violent with each other after a point. They had to give a shove to their player in excitement, of course, and meaning a good thing. But 16-15, HMS leading with Moni serving. Nelson's just going to hit it over. Free ball for South O'Brien. Right in the middle. South O'Brien has it now, and that kill attempt there from Dama. Back to the Hawks. This time they go to Otto. Mariah Otto, and she's unable to hit it over, so point for South O'Brien. Keeping the pace fast and ferocious here on me. Hard to keep up sometimes, but doing the best I can. And Reese Farquhar with the serve for South O'Brien. Dug out in the back row by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Free ball over to South O'Brien. Back over to the Hawks. Going right in the middle to Dama. Nelson with a nice dig. Farquhar now with the dig. And Marissa Ebel gets the kill down for South O'Brien. So Abby Dama had 2 kill attempts in a row. First one Nelson dug out, and then Farquhar dug out. And then Ebel finishes the point off. 17-16 is the score with Reese Farquhar serving. Played in the back row. It's going to hit off the ceiling. And a free ball over there from the Hawks. So South O'Brien chance here to set things up. Going back to Ebel. And it deflects off a couple of Hawks defenders. And that'll be another point for South O'Brien. 18-16 here in set number 2. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. We'll take one with them. Back in 1 minute. KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions.
A good bank can be much more than just the place you cash your checks. Savings Bank of Primgar has been serving farmers and small businesses for over 125 years, providing their customers with minimal fees, superior customer service, and the dependability that you just can't get from the big banks. Visit Savings Bank of Primgar today, where you're more than just a name, or visit them online to see what they can do for you.
When you woke up today, did you think to yourself,
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
HMS setting things up in the middle to Dama, and a good place to go. She gets the point for the Hawks. And it is 18-17 in favor of South O'Brien here in the second set. And the Hawks will send back Mariah Otto to serve. Otto played in the back row by Husted. Gunnarsson setting things up to Wolf. She's just going to tap things over. Dama going to hit things back for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn in the back row. Nelson not able to play it. And that will be another point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So we're all tied up here 18-18 with Mariah Otto to serve. Otto, good serve over to Husted. Gunnarsson setting up to Ebo. Ebo just going to have to hit it over with the free ball. HMS now hits it back over to Nelson. Back to Ebo. Ebo just taps it over and she finds a hole in the zone. Nice job from Ebo. Wasn't really set well enough for her to get the kill attempt, but she able to find a spot in the zone. And Abby Nelson back to serve for South O'Brien. Nelson serve over, played back row by the Hawks. We're going to go to Dama, and out of bounds. That'll be a point for South O'Brien. I thought for a second maybe that was tipped, but no. And it is 20-18 in favor of South O'Brien with Nelson serving. Playing the back row by the libero Otto. Back to Dama, dug out by Farquhar. Second hit's going to be hit right over the net, and that was a bad place to hit it over. South O'Brien hit it over on accident the second hit, and that was right to Dama, and she got it down for the kill. It is 20-19 with Abby Otto serving for the Hawks. Playing the back row by Farquhar. Gunnarsson now to Edwards. Dug out in the back row by the Hawks. And just a free ball back over from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. They go to right to Edwards in the middle. And she didn't hit it hard, but hit it in the right spot. It's going to be mishit by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And that'll be a point for South O'Brien. 21-19 here as Kinsey Shermer checks in for the Hawks. And Marissa Ebel service error. Line drive serve into the net. And Ebel will check out, and Ginger Neuenhouse will check in for South O'Brien. And serving for HMS is Shermer. Nelson digs it out. Gunnarsson to Husted. Kill attempt dug out in the back row. HMS just going to hit it back over on the free ball. Back to Gunnarsson, setting things in the middle to Edwards. Here comes the Hawks on the attack. Farquhar just hits it back over, and it sets up perfectly as a kill there for HMS. And we're going to have another timeout on the floor. We're all tied up 21-21. We'll be back for more volleyball action here on KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions.
When was the last time you reviewed your insurance policies? Hi, this is Kent Faust, and our goal at South O'Brien Insurance is to provide the broadest coverage at the most affordable cost. Insurance has changed dramatically over the years, and now, more than ever, a comparison may be to your advantage. Call South O'Brien Insurance today to see what we can do for you.
So 8434. Double.
A community agency knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. It's a journey to experience with the fastest internet speeds available. Contact TCA, connect to the speed you need, and enjoy the ride.
Up and haul it to wherever your desired location is. Give us a call today at 712-3.
All right, back to volleyball action here as we got a good volley going from that timeout. And South O'Brien, Brooklyn Edwards going to get the kill for the Wolverines. And 22-21 will be our score. With Ashlyn Gunnarsson going back to serve for South O'Brien. Wolverines took set number one, 25-16. And we got a close battle here. That's going to be an ace serve on the miss hit there as Gunnarsson hits it to the back row of Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. They're not able to handle it, and we're going to have another timeout on the court here. We'll just keep it right here this time as South O'Brien leads here 25-21. here in set number 2. Wolverines trailed to start this set off, and then since that point it's been a back and forth battle throughout most of this contest. South O'Brien, coached by Amy Schmidt. She's assisted by Heather Struve and Sky Rader. And then Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn's coached by Cheryl Kroos, assisted by Michelle Wagner and Jenny Nassif. So 23-21 is our score. South O'Brien leading here in set number 2 with Ashlyn Gunnarsson back to serve. Gunnarsson serve, good one over to the back row of Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. They go to Dama, or excuse me, that is Kylie Skipoff. They get those two mixed around a little bit. Skipoff and Dama, both tall. They're in the middle for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So 23-22 is our score. Hawks trailing by 1 with Eliza Tews to serve. Playing the back row by Husted. Gunnarsson setting up to Farquhar, and Reese Farquhar going to get the point for South O'Brien, the sophomore, right side hitter. And it's 24-22, South O'Brien leading with Brooklyn Edwards to serve for South O'Brien. Playing the back row by the Hawks. Hawks getting things set up. They go to Skipoff. And Skipoff, beautiful job. She found a opening in that back row. South O'Brien on the right side. Nobody home. That'll be a point for the Hawks. And it is 24-23, South O'Brien leading. And Skipoff will serve. Nelson plays it in the back row. Gunnarsson setting things up to Husted. Hawks going to hit it back over on the second hit. Back to South O'Brien. Farquhar now sets up in the middle to Wolf. Dug out nicely by the Hawks. Free ball back over to South O'Brien. Neuenhaus to Gunnarsson. And tapped over. That's going to be the game point from Chloe Husted. She found the hole in the zone there. And South O'Brien's going to win a close one. 25-23 here in set number 2. So South O'Brien up 2 sets to none. 25-16 and 25-23. We'll be right back for more volleyball action here on KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions presented by Brentwood Roofing.
General Contracting, providing blue-collar work for blue-collar people. Brian Williams founded the company after a lifetime of construction trade experience. His goal, to bring a better experience at a better price. No cutting corners on the job, yet still the lowest price. He is a hard-working blue-collar guy making an honest living by providing work for blue-collar people. Contact Williams General Contracting in Calumet today by calling Brian at 712-229-2064.
Again, that's 712-221-70.
As a parent, you have a choice in your child's education. Zion St. John Lutheran School believes all children deserve a quality, well-rounded education with a curriculum written with a biblical worldview. With a student-teacher ratio of 8-to-1, you can be sure your child's specific learning styles are met. Zion St. John offers affordable pricing with tuition assistance and is open to all denominations. For more information of the benefits Zion St. John Lutheran School can offer your child, visit their website or give them a call today.
System.
Double.
Probably the biggest thing that we do a little bit different than a lot of schools is the live work side of the world. So when we teach our students, we actually, if you look around the shop and see what they're working on, in most cases it's a customer car, and so they get real world application.
Our engineering design program is basically drawing components, manufacturing of the components, and then we get into the inspection of the components. So they got to create it, make it, and inspect it just as they would in industry.
Modeling your existing space, let us help you customize your
AgriVision Equipment has you covered with a wide selection of John Deere tractors in the area. Our experts can help match you with the right equipment at the right price. Utilize one of our convenient pre-built packages or build and customize your own with our JD Buy online site. Need financing? No problem. Apply online in 5 minutes or less. Our team is ready to find the package for you. Don't settle for less. Shop in-store or online at agrivisionequipment.com.
Welcome back to South O'Brien High School here in Paulina. Kyle Jorgensen and Madison Jorgensen for KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions. And Madison, I think everything's been working good since we got everything switched around. one way or another, we try to get that stream on there. The school Wi-Fi wasn't working the best, but making it work through a phone Wi-Fi here, or phone hotspot. So South O'Brien leading here 2 sets to none. South O'Brien could close things out here potentially here in this third set with Gunnarsson leading things off, serving for South O'Brien. Playing the back row by the Hawks. It's going to be a free ball over to South O'Brien. Gunnarsson now setting things up to Farquhar. Farquhar, good kill into the net. Good job by the Hawks keeping things alive. Nelson going to have a miss hit for the Wolverines, and that'll be a point. So Hawks were scrambling there a little bit, but end up getting the point, and it is 1-0. HMS leading here in set number 3 with Kinsey Shermer serving. Playing the back row by Neuenhaus. Gunnarsson now to Edwards. Hawks tapping things around, and a couple players look at each other, and that's going to fall to the ground. And it is going to be 1-1 here in set number 3. Brooklyn Edwards, the senior, to serve for South O'Brien, also pitches for the softball team. Abby Otto in the back row. Going to go to skip off. She's just going to hit it over on the free ball. Now Gunnarsson setting things up to Husted. She just taps it over. Hawks setting things up. And skip off just tried to find a spot along that baseline. And just a little bit too long. That'll be a point for South O'Brien. So 2-1 here, early going here in this third set. And Edwards will serve again for South O'Brien. Skip off now with the kill attempt. South O'Brien keeping things alive. Nice job as that ball is into the net. Keep it alive, get it over. Hawks go back to twos, and that's going to work out as South O'Brien had scrambling there in the back row. Point for HMS. So 2-2 here in the early going. Twos to serve for HMS. Right-handed server from the middle of the back court for the Hawks. Set serve is over. Played in the back row by Husted. Gunnarsson to Ginger Neuenhaus on the free ball. Now the Hawks getting things set up in the middle to skip off. She's blocked. And they're going to hit it back over to South O'Brien. Now the Wolverines with the kill attempt from Reese Farquhar. And Reese Farquhar gets one down. Nice there from Farquhar. And it is 3-2, South O'Brien leading. Neuenhaus checking out. Marissa Ebel checks in for South O'Brien. Serve from Husted. Back row to the Hawks. Free ball over to South O'Brien to Nelson. Gunnarsson now to Farquhar. Farquhar just hits the free ball back over to the Hawks. Skip off in the middle, dug out by South O'Brien. Ebel now. Tap over, still going here as Gunnarsson right to the middle of the net there. A nice play at the net by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn result in the point for the Hawks as the hit from South O'Brien carried a little further than they would like. And skip off will serve for HMS. Skip off, right-handed serve over, good by Gunnarsson, too far right. Perfectly set up for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. That worked right as a perfect set there right in the middle, and they get the kill. 4-3, HMS leading here in set number 3. The serve over from the Hawks. Wolf now taps it over for South O'Brien. Free ball back over from the Hawks. Gunnarsson setting things up to Ebel. Off the ceiling to South O'Brien. Right to Wolf. Wolf is going to get the kill down. And we're all tied up 4-4. Now South O'Brien won that first set fairly easily. That second set was a close one the Wolverines came out with, and we're all tied 4-4 here in the third set. So looking to be another close one. Parker with the serve. Tapped over from HMS back to South O'Brien, setting things up in the middle to Wolf. Back over to South O'Brien. Gunnarsson now going to Ebel. Ebel with the kill attempt. And not able to be controlled in the back row from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So that'll be another point for South O'Brien. And the ball went out into the lobby area trying to get that retrieved. Once again, tomorrow night, AM 1440, Cherokee travels up to West Lyon. Judd O'Connor, Neil Cruz on that call. FM 92.1 will have Billy Bizzoni. Kingsley Pearson, River Valley takes on Woodbury Central. All right, back to action here. South O'Brien scrambling and not able to get it back over. That'll be a point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, so we're all tied up at 5-5. 5-5 set number 3. South O'Brien leading 2-0. Serve from Frankie Money is going to be out of bounds. Service error. Point for the Wolverines as Brooklyn Edwards checks in for Taylor Wolf, and Abby Nelson serves. And that hit just at the top of the net, kind of spun around and fell back to the South O'Brien side. So service error against South O'Brien, 6-6. Raya Otto serves. Gutterson now setting up to Edwards. Free ball over from Edwards to the Hawks. Setting things right up in the middle to Dama. And Dama's going to get the kill for the Hawks as she hit that one hard, and it was deflected high into the air, into the back, and a point for South O'Brien, or HMS. Otto with the serve again. That's Mariah Otto. Gunnarsson to Ebel. Ebel with the tap over, played by the Hawks. Now free ball over from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. And the dig there from Farquhar didn't go very high in the air, and her teammates not able to help her out there. And it's 8-6. HMS leading here in set number 3. Mariah Otto with the serve. Playing the back row by Farquhar. Nelson now miss hit out of bounds. That's going to be another point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. It is 9-6. As the Hawks have reeled off a few points in a row here in this third set, leading by 3 now. Rayado another serve. Farquhar plays it to Gunnarsson. Going to Ebel. Ebel kill attempt dug out by the Hawks. Free ball back over from HMS to South O'Brien. Now South O'Brien tries to hit it over, and they hit it into the net. We're going to have a timeout on the floor from head coach Amy Schmidt, and South O'Brien will take one with them. Back in 1 minute on KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions.
Whether you are combining, hauling grain, or heating your home, fuel powers the fall. When it comes to energy, you need a company who is trustworthy, understands your needs, and who delivers to you. A company who is local, reliable, and affordable. That company is Ag State. Ag State Energy is clean, comfortable, convenient, while staying competitively priced for our customers. Give Laura Sanguin or Seth Duff a call for all your energy needs.
Night sweat, low energy are all signs of hormone.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. As members of your community, we get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we're the #1 ag insurer. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In Primgar, your Farm Bureau agent is Danielle Rader.
#1 ag insurer across our 8-state territory. 2018 SNL PNC Group Direct Written Premium.
Pellet hormone therapy at Sioux Valley Family Health.
All right, timeout there from South O'Brien. And the Wolverines get a point after the timeout. It's 10-7 with Ebel serving. Hawks playing things in the back roads. He's going to have to hit the free ball over. Nelson now to Gunnarsson. Middle row to Edwards. And the Hawks not able to return that one, so it'll be back-to-back points for South O'Brien. 10-8 now, our score here in this third set, with Marissa Ebel going back to serve. Serve from Ebel is over. Back row, libero played there for the Hawks. They go to Abby Dama. She's going to get the kill there for South O'Brien. Tell you what, Dama and Skipoff, a couple of nice middle hitters there for the Hawks. With some height, they when they get things set up, they look pretty good. Abby Otto serves, played in the back row by Farquhar. Edwards now with the kill for South O'Brien. So things heating up here a little bit. It is 11-9. South O'Brien trailing by 2. Ashlyn Gunderson will go back to serve for South O'Brien here in set number 3. South O'Brien leading 2-0. Playing the back row too deep. South O'Brien just going to hit it back over on the free ball. Skip off hits it over for the Hawks. Now South O'Brien getting things set up to Farquhar. And Reese Farquhar gets another kill for South O'Brien. And it is 11-10 now. South O'Brien trailing 11-10 here on senior night from Paulina. Volleyball action. Gunderson, another serve, dug out by Otto in the back row. Free ball over from Moni to South O'Brien. Edwards in the middle, finds the back corner. That's going to be in. Edwards right in the middle of the court, goes to the left back corner. Perfect spot, nobody there. And we're all tied up 11-11. Gunderson with another serve. It's going to be returned out of bounds. She hit it over the net, and it just went out of bounds there. So South O'Brien, just like that, takes the lead. They were trailing by 4. Gunderson, another serve for the Hawks. Hit over on the free ball there from Twos. South O'Brien getting things set up to Farquhar. She's going to hit the free ball over. Hawks looking at each other. They tap it over with Twos. Gunderson now to Husted. And she's going to get the kill for South O'Brien. She got blocked at the net, but was blocked there by HMS. And we've got another timeout on the floor, this time by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. We'll be back in 1 minute. KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions. Double H Transport is a trucking company.
MHI and Cuso of Cherokee are on the move, expanding, and in need of residential treatment workers, psychiatric security specialists, and LPNs.
We deal with disorders that you can't see. You get to help people who are in desperate need of help. And helping those people actually helps the community as well.
The benefits here, I think, are top-notch. That was why I came here.
To learn more and to apply, visit governmentjobs.com.
All right, we are back. And Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn got a point while we were at break. 13-12 is our score. Gunderson now setting things up for South O'Brien for Edwards. Blocked right back to the South O'Brien side. Edward hits it over again. Dug out by Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Now a kill attempt in the middle from Skipoff is going to go wide. And that's going to be a point for South O'Brien. So 14-12 here in set number 3. And one of the seniors here for senior night, Brooklyn Edwards, will go back to serve for South O'Brien. Edwards set serve. Played in the back row off the ceiling. And the Hawks going to get it back over. Nice job scrambling there. Gunderson now setting up Farquhar. She's just going to hit the free ball over. And that's going to work as it was mishit. And that will be a point for South O'Brien. It is 15-12 here in this third set. South O'Brien leading, and they're also up 2-0. Brooklyn Edwards to serve once again for South O'Brien. Back row, skip off. Tried the kill attempt, blocked. Back over to South O'Brien side. Now Gunderson to Farquhar. Farquhar back row. Off the ceiling, and that changed the direction of the ball, and that's going to fall down for another point for South O'Brien. It is 16-12. Wolverines up by 4 now with Edwards serving. Edwards serves to the back row, play the libero, and she hit it a little too far, close to the net, and a couple of Hawks tried to go for it. I think it was Twos that ended up hitting it, but tough play there, not able to get it back over. 17-12 now in favor of South O'Brien. Edwards to serve once again. South O'Brien, that's going to be too long. Service error, out of bounds. 17-13 our score now. South O'Brien up 17-13, set number 3. And Eliza Tews to serve for the Hawks. Dug out by Neuenhouse. Gunnarsson now goes in the middle to Farquhar. And it was set up too far back, and she had to lean back further to hit it than she liked. It was kind of a change up over, and it worked perfectly right into the middle of the floor there of the defense of the Hawks, and it's 18-13. Husted serving for South O'Brien. Hawks getting things set up now. Skip off, just going to hit it over on the free ball. Farquhar now sets up Taylor Wolf in the middle. She hits it, gets blocked into the net and can't save it, and that'll be a point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. So 18-14 our score with Skip off serving. That's going to be long service error. Out of bounds, point for South O'Brien. 19-14 now. And we're going to have another timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one with them. You're listening to high school volleyball action presented by Brentwood Roofing on KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions.
Since 1894, Primgar Savings Bank has been going the extra mile to serve its customers. In 125 years, a lot has changed, but what hasn't is Primgar Savings Bank's minimal fees, dependability, and their hometown service that sets them apart. Primgar Savings Bank takes pride in understanding your needs and your goals and working with you to find the best options available. Visit them online at www.savingsbankia.com.
South O'Brien Wolverines, Brentwood Roofing and Construction.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builders designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
From Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, we're back to action, and we're going to have a long hit out of bounds there from Tews. She tried to hit it from the back row and sails long, so it is 20-14 in favor of South O'Brien here in this third set. Farquhar to serve again. She mishits that one. Service error into the net, so point for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 20-15 here in this third set. South O'Brien looking to sweep this thing here tonight, leading 2-0. Money with the serve over. Nelson in the back row to Gunnarsson. Sets up Wolf. Dug out by the Hawks. Free ball coming from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Now Gunnarsson going to Ebel. And Ebel's hit is too long, out of bounds on the kill attempt. Will be a point for HMS. So a couple points back in a row there for the Hawks, and makes that score 20-16 with Frankie Money serving. Dug out by Husted. Gunnarsson goes to Ebel. She gets blocked, and that's going to be another point for HMS. 20-17 our score now. So the Hawks making a little run here in this third set with Money serving. Dug out in the back row by Husted off the ceiling. Gunnarsson goes to Wolf. She's just going to hit it over on the free ball. Now the Hawks, miscommunication. Didn't talk to each other and can't get it back over. That's going to be an easy point for South O'Brien on that one. Abby Nelson back to serve for the Wolverines. Nelson with the serve. Played in the back row by the Hawks. They go to their middle hitter, Abby Dama, and she gets the kill. Dama, the 6'1" hitter. When she's got a hold of it tonight, she's really hit the ball well over for the Hawks with the kill. So 21-18, serve from HMS, played by Farquhar. Gunnarsson to Edwards. Played in the back row. It's going to be mishit from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, the libero, Abbiato. And that is going to be a point for South O'Brien. So 22-18. Checking in is Lindsay Van Ness for the Hawks, and Marissa Ebel to serve for South O'Brien. Ebel's serve is in, The Hawks let it go. They're thinking it was long, and that thing landed right on the line. It is 23-18. South O'Brien with the serve with Ebel. Dug out nicely in that back row by the Hawks. Go to Dama. And Dama gets the kill on that back row. South O'Brien let it go, thinking maybe it was going to be out, but it was in. Nice placement there from Dama. She's going to go to the bench, and checking back in is Skip Off. Serving is Abbiato. Dug out by Farquhar. Gunnarsson going to Husted. Husted gets the kill for South O'Brien. Goes cross court. Nice placement there. And South O'Brien 1 point away from sweeping things here tonight. 3-0. We'll just have a real short recap, and then we'll send her back to the station if South O'Brien gets the win here. Gunnarsson with the serve. Dug out in the back row by the Hawks. They go to Skip Off. Dug out by South O'Brien. Free ball over from the Wolverines. Hawks scrambling off the ceiling. Free ball back over. Edwards now to Gunnarsson. They go to Farquhar. And Farquhar hits one a little too long there. To the back wall, actually. And that's going to be out of bounds. So point for the Hawks. They stay alive, and they'll send back Eliza Tews to serve. Nelson digs out in the back row. South O'Brien free ball over. Now they're scrambling. South O'Brien does get it back over there. They're on the free ball. They go in the middle to Skip Off, and she finds a hole in the zone and gets the point. It is 24-21. 24-21 is our score. South O'Brien up by 3 here in this third set with Kinsey Shermer serving. Ginger Neuenhouse digs it. Edwards now, miss hit into the net. It is 24-22, and head coach Amy Schmidt wants a timeout for South O'Brien. We'll take a quick one with them. Back in 1 minute, KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions.
Big store selection with small town service. Yes, that's right. Whether you need bedroom furniture or are looking for decorations to make your home feel more like a home, check out Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. Snooks carries a large selection of chairs, recliners, sofas, dressers, and more, with the individual customer service to help you find what works best for you.
Please consider the original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids on your way anyway and online at snooks1.com.
Checks and annual wellness exams is the best way I can make sure we're ready.
When was the last time you reviewed your insurance policies? Hi, this is Kent Faust, and our goal at South O'Brien Insurance is to provide the broadest coverage at the most affordable cost. Insurance has changed dramatically over the years, and now, more than ever, a comparison may be to your advantage. Call South O'Brien Insurance today to see what we can do for you.
2-348-1306. Good luck in tonight's game to the.
Welcome back to Polina. We have a final score here, as right before we got back, we had a service error there from Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, and the final is going to be South O'Brien winning 3-0, winning set number 1 25-16, set number 2 25-23, and set number 3 25-22. So South O'Brien with the sweep here tonight over Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn on senior night. And that is going to wrap things up for volleyball here on KCHE and Fuller Digital Solutions here tonight from Paulina. And we'll be back tomorrow night on AM 1440. Cherokee goes up to West Lyon. That's on AM 1440. John O'Connor, Neil Cruz. Pre-game 6:45. Tailgate show before that. 92.1. Neil we'll have Billy Bizzoni, Kinsey Pearson, River Valley taking on Woodbury Central. Kyle Jorgensen, Madison Jorgensen here. We're going to send her back to the station. Have a great night.